Greetings everyone, Joseph James here with the Nightly Newsletter brought to you by theschooloftrade.com. Today was July 21st, 2009. Making our way through this sleepy summer trade. Had a great day today in the market. Lots of new faces, lots of old faces in the trade room this morning. Brought home 560 and change today, so 560 US dollars came in the door today. This is of course trading only 3 contracts. This brings our weekly total to 1355, 1,355. And brings our monthly total here in the month of July to $4,520. Now, of course, we've got 2 full weeks left in the month, so we'll be hoping to get in and around that 400 average per day. And once again, making our way through the summer months here, we're very happy to see this as being our 3 contract total for the month. Let's talk about our term of the day. The term of the day today is reading the tape. Now, reading the tape is one of those things that a lot of traders hear about. They know it's important, but they still have a hard time implementing it into their trading. Let's talk about what it means to read the tape and how we use it. Now, reading the tape, this is the study of raw price action, so the price as it comes across your time and sales window. It's considered the purest form of the market. And ultimately, reading the tape is a term that we use that came from the old 1870s, the old ticker tape, which was the paper reel of tape that would report the latest bid and ask quotes. That ticker tape, those same principles, are still used today. And we see the time and sales window, the ticker tape, on our screens now, of course, electronically, rather than being manually done on ticker tape as it was in the past. So how is it used? Well, reading the tape is used to predict short-term price changes by examining price and the volume along with it as it comes across the ticker tape. So the specific price, the amount of trades being traded, its disposition, right? That is how it's used to predict short-term price changes. Most effectively, we use it at potential turning points in the market. When we use this price action, right, reading the tape to gauge the market sentiment at those specific price levels. And by looking at the tape at those specific price levels, those potential turning points, whether it be support or resistance levels, we can gauge the overall sentiment. Now, traders use this to see confirmation of a potential trade setup, or a heads up that maybe a trade should be avoided. And we also use this technique of reading the tape as an indicator of when momentum is dried up. So we look for the tape to slow down, get a little sluggish, and that will signal a trader to take profit or to limit our risk on a certain position. Now let's recap. Reading the tape is ultimately vital for every type of day trader that is an intraday trader, someone who's looking to take trades multiple times a day in and out of the market. It's virtually the pulse of the market. So just like when you go to see the doctor, we have to take the vital signs, right? Take your pulse, look at your blood pressure, right? Run some blood tests. Well, this is one of those ways that as a trader, we take the pulse of the market. We take the vital signs of the market. Now, we use this technique of reading the tape at different times throughout the day, and here are a couple of examples. We use the time and sales window to tell the overall volume. So very simply, how many total contracts have been traded. So what the total volume is. We also use it for our entries and our exits. We really pay close attention to the tape when we're looking to get into a trade, and we use the tape to plan our exits. We also use them around specific price levels of support and resistance. So you'll see on our charts in the trade room, we add these thick red lines to our charts. Now, we watch the time and sales window. We read the tape whenever we see price come in and around those levels. So it helps us identify how the market's going to react around specific price levels such as support and resistance. And we also use it as a relative tool. So we look at it relative to a previous point in time, such as the open of the day or the close of the day. So we look to compare it on a relative basis throughout the day as well. So some great examples of how we use this technique of reading the tape. And of course, we'll go over with you guys in great detail tomorrow morning in our live trade room, so come join us. When we open the room, we're going to practice 3 simple jobs, and that is identify, adjust, and execute. Now, of course, we identified the news events this morning and the type of market we saw. We then adjusted to those news events. We adjusted to the type of market that we saw, and then we executed our trades using patience and discipline to wait for the very best setups to come our way. We don't think so much. We use our rules to do the trading for us. So check your mind at the door, bring those questions, and come join us tomorrow morning. All right, you're going to see the market in a completely different way. Let's take a look at the trades we took today. Now, crude oil was our darling today. We made all our money on crude oil. Went 5 for 5, 4 for 4 today in the crude oil. We'll watch these things as things pile up. As you guys know, though, we did have a pretty good winning day today here in the market. Now, as you can see, we just got off at about 7:30. We saw volume step in. You can see this vertical green line here in the left-hand corner. At 7:30, we really saw volume tend to pick up a little bit at the time. Now, when we saw the volume pick up, the moves picked up as well. And as you guys can see, starting at 7:30, we began the process of qualifying each individual move to see if this was a trade that fit our rules and a trade that we wanted to take. Remember, we're not looking for winning trades. We're looking for high probability setups, high percentage opportunities. So we, of course, at 7:30, 7:35, 7:40, we're looking for a wave long here. Now, of course, where we didn't see this wave long, the two-step short is what we look for. So we didn't want to buy the highs here. We didn't want to take the stutter step pattern on this wave long, which means we looked for a two-step short. We got into the two-step short here just after 8 o'clock. Entry here was at 81. This was a nice small winning trade to get us off on the right foot. A 3-tick winner, took those 3 ticks, moved our stop up to our entry point to lock in profit and eliminate risk, and we got bounced out of this trade. A counter trend trade in a two-step, and as you guys know, we're not looking for a home run on a two-step pattern. We're looking to kind of pad our trade account as we wait for the more profitable opportunities that come our way throughout the day. Now, of course, after 8 o'clock in this first winning trade, we then looked for another wave long. The stutter step price pattern gave us a nice heads up that this was going to be something to avoid as far as the wave long goes, so we looked for a two-step short. This was called out live in the room as a high-risk two-step short. I personally chose to stay away. A good majority of our members, though, did take it. There was support below, and we didn't want to sell the lows at this particular price level. Made our +3 and our +6. The members did this morning, so our members made some pretty good money in this. I did not take this trade, though. Now, let's keep it going. Next up, just after 9 o'clock, of course, now we're starting to move towards the U.S. Open here. We're looking for a wave long. Now, what I want to illustrate here on this example is just how effective our methodology is as far as catching moves on the way up, looking for the reversal of that trend, being able to catch the move on the way down, looking for the reversal, and then back up. So up and down as this price chops around. So at about 9:05, 9:06, we saw price begin to move to the upside. Now at this point, we're looking for a wave long, right? Trading with the trend. Now as you can see, we didn't get any setups that worked out looking for that wave long just before 10 minutes past the hour. Now that long opportunity was disqualified ultimately because we didn't get the trigger line making a higher high and the stutter step pattern right at these highs about that 66.65, 66.60 level here in the crude oil. So because we saw specific price patterns ahead of this wave long here just after 9 o'clock, we knew to stay away. And of course, when a wave long fails, a two-step short prevails. 9:13 this morning, this two-step short called live here in the room, we took profit at 3, profit at 6, and then took profit at 3 again on our final position in the market for a total of 12 ticks. So adding these things up now, we're now up 15 ticks here in the market on the crude oil. It's looking to be a pretty good day. Now, of course, the two-step, we're looking for the trend reversing. So as you can see in this blue circle here, this was where the long trend had exhausted, and we're now looking to reverse it down to the opposite side. We then looked for a wave short, looking to trade with the new trend. Of course, didn't see much happening on the short side, nothing really set up, and we had to wait for the two-step long in this blue circle again on the lower right-hand corner of your screen just before 9:30. Another called live in the room, a two-step high-risk long here, trading into our chop zone. And here once again, the trend reverses as well. Another high-risk entry I personally didn't take, called live in the room though, as you can see, worked out wonderfully for a lot of our members. And finally here on crude oil, we wrap the day here on a two-step long, 45 minutes past the hour, just before 10 o'clock. Had it set up, this two-step long here in crude. We called it live in the room. We knew exactly where we wanted to get into it, but I missed it. I straight missed it. I turned my head for 2 seconds looking at the chart, and price moved on us. Before we knew it, it was in and out, and we had missed it. So a lot of our members took it. I personally was paying attention in some different direction and completely missed the trade altogether. But it wasn't long thereafter, just after 10 o'clock, 1 minute past the hour, really got our money's worth here. This two-step short at 10:01 took profit at 3, 6, and then 29 to finish up our day here with 38 ticks. All in all, guys, totaled up just shy of 60 ticks here in the market in the crude oil. Brought in $560 if you're trading 3 contracts today, 4 for 4 here in the crude markets. And as always, guys, thanks for the time tonight. Hope the video helps, and we'll see you tomorrow morning, 2:45 a.m. We open up our trade room. Come out and join us. Bye-bye for now.